Alright, this first game we got Joe on Blue Black Mill versus Eli on Blue White Vehicles. Starting off with the Temple for Joe. Ooh, see an extra card there. Nobody saw it. Marsh Flats taking 3. Just shocking a Hallowed Fountain. It's probably going to be followed up by some turn 1 action. Likely a Consulate Dreadnought. That's how you want to be starting with vehicles. Yep, there we see it. Pass the turn back to Joe. Joe taking his time, goes with Ruin Crab Island, mill 3. Following up with a Merfolk Wind Robber. Pass the turn back. This is looking pretty even so far. Consulate Dreadnought can become a problem if, yep, there we go. Turn 2, Giant Ox curving out with the vehicles deck. You're likely going to see a chump block here. Oh, or Joe just takes 7. He's got a bit of a life total to spare, so you might as well use it now. And hopefully get a card off that Wind Robber later. So you can get a few more cards in the yard. Untaps. Joe hits his land drop. He can get 8 in the yard this turn, even if he doesn't have any cards. Alright, Thieves Guild Enforcer, mill 2. That's 6 in the yard. Neither of his cards are online yet. His rogues, that is. Alright, 7 in the yard for Eli. Untaps. As an active Consulate Dreadnought. If you can follow it up with some disruption, that should put him ahead in this game. So either force a chump block or... Alright, no disruption, but that does force a chump block from the Ruin Crab. That's a consistent source of mill. Ooh, but now post-combat with the borrowed time, that should indeed give him some time to put it on more pressure before the mill deck can really get going. Another Thieves Guild Enforcer, though. That is going to have 8 cards in the yard for Eli. Now that this Death Touch blocker, that Consulate Dreadnought, is looking much worse. Vehicles needs to find some removal now, or this game is probably going to be over. Yeah, with no action in hand, other than a... What was that? He's probably going to go digging here for some more artifacts, get more threats on the board. Still a removal for that Thieves Guild Enforcer means that that's probably going to trade with one of the vehicles. No attacks. That's painful for the vehicles deck. It wants to be attacking all the time. It's much more of a tempo deck than this mill deck is. And with no disruption in hand, and another Thieves Guild Enforcer, that's really going to gum up the ground. If Joe can find some way to put like a Fraying Sanity or Glimpse the Unthinkable, or even a Tasha City's Laughter, that should start to seal up this game. As Eli is milling 4 cards every time he plays a rogue. And these vehicles are not going to be getting through as they do not have trample. Yeah, this one's firmly slipped away from Eli. Cruise and mobilizer mech swings with both vehicles, that is. And it's a trade with the plow, takes 3. Night Scavenger, and with the life gain on that, if Eli doesn't find a removal here soon, that's just going to be game. So there's no way he's going to push through with just a mobilizer mech. Looking at probably about 30 cards left in the library. Go and dig in. Oh, and there's a Path to Exile. That should take out the Nighthawk Scavenger. That does still leave Joe with 2 flying blockers, both of which can be pitched for a card. Discarding Relic Golem. And there's that Path. Should take out the Nighthawk Scavenger. Exiled, I believe. Yep, there we go. Alright, it does give vehicles a few more chances if you can keep the mill deck off of any mill. There's 2 cards off because that Merfolk Wind Robber was cashed in after that trump block. Here comes Duress. We're going to see Spell Pierce and Giant Ox. Oh, no. Taking that back. Judge will let that stay. Just an extra card scene for Eli. But another Nighthawk Scavenger, that's a very potent threat. Oh, but a top deck Path to Exile. That is just what Eli needed here. Now we can attack, get rid of that last flying chump blocker. If he gets lucky here, and then nothing comes up for Joe, that's just going to be just about enough to finish this one off. Yep, there's that chump block. It's on this draw here. Side game 1. The second Giant Ox. Untap, draw for Joe. Ooh, Fraying Sandy plus Glimpse the Unthinkable in hand. And a Duress. Oh my, that's gotta be game. Eli probably has about 25-30 cards left in the library. So the first of Fraying Sanity. And the Duress gonna get Spell Pierce, but that doesn't matter. Joe's not paying for that. And here's the Glimpse. Glimpse, mill 10, and then end step mill 11 because the Spell Pierce hit the bin from the Fraying Sanity. So that's 21 more cards. And that's going to do it exactly. Good game. Alright, game 2. Oh, I apologize. These are out of order. This was supposed to be game 1, but I'm sure it'll work out just fine. Alright, Hallowed Fountain, Shock, Constant Dreadnought, good start. Ooh, tapped land means no action for Joe this turn. Untap the draw. Ooh, Giant Ox in hand if he can hit his second land drop. Yep, there we go. And he's jamming for 7, turn 2. Seems decent. Joe needs to find something quick here. Probably a Thieves Guild Enforcer, but it still wouldn't have Death Touch, so yeah, he needs to mill some cards quick, get some chump walkers on the ground, and then get a removal spell. Soaring Thought Thief, that's just a chump blocker right now. Not going to be doing much milling in the face of a 7-11 cracking at each turn. And here's Portable Hole from Eli. That's going to probably seal this one up. Swing for 7, put Joe down to 6, and oh, there's the concession. Yep, that was fast. That shows you the power of the vehicles. Really get you. All right, game 3. Eli starts it off with marsh flats, past the turn back. There's a swamp. Cashing in for a hallowed fountain. Joe with the end step Diesel Enforcer. It's gonna mill 2. It's a good start for him. Not a fast draw for Eli. Untap. He can't find action here fast. This game is going to slip away. There's a mobilizer mech, so some action in the air. But not the most powerful. Can easily be just waited out or traded. It's 5 cards in the yard. Joe's rogues are almost online. Miscast for Eli. The draw. Mech Hanger. Another untapped land. He's got some disruption in hand. Wouldn't be surprised if he kept that. But that's, again, not the game that this blue-white vehicle's tempo deck is trying to play. They want to be on the ground fast. If you're just passing on turn 3 with no play, there's a Relic Golem, so that could crew the Mobilizer mech, but 3 damage in the air turn is not the best. Alright, Portable Hole. Just get rid of that Soaring Thought Thief. Don't want that mill. Alright, pass the turn back. Holding up some counter spells in the face of... I'm not sure what he's holding up for. I feel like the Relic Golem was the option there. You're not going to be able to keep your opponent off of 8 cards in your graveyard when they're playing mill. And they have a Thieves Guild Enforcer on the battlefield. Yep, there's the Soaring Thought Thief. He's going to mill 2 off the Thieves Guild Enforcer trigger. That's 7 in the yard. And the attack with the Thieves Guild Enforcer should put him to 9 in the yard. Put him down to 15 life. This game has firmly slipped away from him. For Eli, that is. He's untap, the draw. See what he's looking for here. Probably a Thirst for Knowledge or more vehicles, probably. Yeah, a Console Dreadnought would be good right about now. Or even a Colossal Plow. No play for him. That's got to feel terrible. No more lands, meaning he can't play Relic Golem plus have removal backup. Joe with the Ruin Crab, mill 3. He's just expanding his board. Not even worried about that mech on the other side. It's just 3-4. Can't even block right now. He has no way to crew it. 2 more cards in the bin off the Soaring Thought Thief. 4 more damage off the Thieves Guild Enforcer. This one's all but locked up for Joe. Yeah, I think what Eli needs to hit here is probably Colossal Plow. Another land. There, now he can cast that Relic Golem that's been sitting in his hand. Although he didn't spend any of his mana last turn, so that's gotta feel bad. Could have played that last turn, but he didn't know what his opponent would play. Passes the turn back. Defensive Mobilizer mech, a lot less scary. Land, mill 3 after Ruin Crab. It's probably about half the deck in the library at this point. Big decision here. Is he going to trade? How much does he value that mobilizer mech in the face of all of these threats here? This is going to be a tight one. He is going to make that trade, though. Now milling 2 off the Thieves Guild Enforcer. Mobilizer mech hit in the bin. He's got no viable threats on the board in the face of a Soaring Thought Thief plus Ruined Crab. It's going to be probably 5 cards in the bin each turn. And the Fraying Sanity, so that's doubles everything. This game is all but over. Mech Hanger the draw. Got 2 Spell Pierces and a Miscast in hand, as well as an Armed and Armored. It's not looking good. And an unactive Relic Golem. Joe tapping 1, looking like a Duress. Another Thieves Guild Enforcer. Here's the Duress. Probably should take that Miscast in hand, although when your opponent has all 3 of those, there's not much you can do. But since he has no vehicles, that Armed and Armored is not looking that bad. Oh, takes the Armed and Armored. I'm not sure about that play. But it probably doesn't matter at all. These miscasts don't matter when your opponent is getting milled for 10 a turn. Alright, Eli fighting back with some of his own mill, putting that's 4 in the yard now for Joe. That Relic Golem is still nowhere near active, though. Just counted up how much to mill off Fraying Sanity here. Untap. What's the draw? Consulate Dreadnought. If there's any way to fight back from this position, that's probably what it needs to start with. But it probably needed to start that way 2 turns ago. If he had drawn a Thirst for Knowledge there, he could have thirsted into multiple vehicles, 2 Consulate Dreadnoughts specifically, and then pitch 2 of his counter spells, then maybe draw an Armed and Armor next turn. That's probably the only way he wins. But here with the double Spell Pierce on the second Fraying Sanity, has to feel bad. Joe with the Drown in the Lock tries to mess that up, but with enough counter magic in hand, that's not going to resolve, but it definitely does not matter at this point. Looks like less than 5 cards in the yard, or in the deck rather, for Eli. Joe now with 8 means that Relic Golem is online finally. So he could attack for 13 here, but that looks like 4 cards left in the library. Those are all going to go with 1 Soaring Thought Thief plus Fraying Sanity. Here it comes in the team for 13. It's a chump block from Ruined Crab. Joe sees the writing on the wall. This game is over. Joe just going to play it out. Play another Ruined Crab. And there's the attack. Thanks for watching.